Peace. Yours truly, Red Raw Love, bringing you guys another video. It's been a minute. It's been a while. How you doing? What it is? What's good? What it do? Man, so much has happened in such a short period of time, man. Man, I recently had a son. My son, well, I didn't have a son, but my son was recently just born. It's a beautiful blessing. One of the happiest moments of my life, for sure. And, in between all of that, much has happened, man. This video is not to get all in depth about all of that, but more so just to talk about, one of my biggest challenges ever right now I've been facing. And it's been tough. It has really been tough, man. I had to take a quick breath, a quick deep breath for this, man, because no, it's been a journey, y'all. Dealing with depression and anxiety on all different types of levels, y'all. Big Sean said it the best in that song, Deep Reverence. That song was deep, but anyways, man, meditation is something that we all should practice more if you don't practice it at all. Gosh, it's so important, especially in these times, man, with this whole COVID thing going on. Man, take a deep breath, yo. Take a deep breath and take a moment to just get ready, anyways. So much has happened, man, and I've been dealing with some very challenging things, and many things have pushed me to my limits, and somehow I've found enough peace within myself to just continue on. When in many times I just wanted to give up. Many times I just wanted to deter from my destination. I just wanted to kind of just run a little bit. I don't know, just disappear, all kinds of things. And I found the strength within myself to remain still. So, y'all, last video I posted was, being in the van and living life in the van, and, all of that was all good. But, some of the circumstances that led up to that, there was a lot of road bumps along the way. So much happened along the way. Unfortunately, I happen to be a person that's not in a position to receive that much help from someone of aid, or someone that could help me, or someone that was in a position to help, like family, friends, whatever. I kind of didn't have any of those types of positions. And at the time, my woman was pregnant, and we kind of was trying our best to make the best out of what we had. And it was rough. But at the same time, it was there were good moments in it. It was, to me, it was life. It was a part of just the journey. And for her, I'm pretty sure it was the same thing. But, it was a different type of journey for her with her being pregnant. And, me being a man, it's difficult to try to completely grasp or understand what she was going through. But in the midst of all of that, I was encountering something I've never encountered ever in my life. I took on something I'd never ever done in my life. And that was challenging for me. It was very challenging. Gosh, it was a challenge, and it still remains one. Many mistakes were made along the way, and a lot of good decisions were made as well. I would never take away from the journey that I embarked on the last year or so. I would never, because my son wouldn't exist. I wouldn't have never met the woman that I deeply love, truly love. never met that woman. As crazy as the situation may seem, and as wild as it may look, there's so much beauty to come of this situation, man. Like, I'm now in a suite, you know, and I've come pretty far. Like, I've come pretty far. Like, I never was incapable of being able to take care of myself. Just keeping a consistent, steady momentum was where I would step on my own toes, I guess, so to speak. And just dealing with depression and anxiety and stress on ultimate levels, like never forgiving myself from things that has happened in my past. And I share this video with you all in hopes that you don't carry any baggage with you, and you learn to forgive yourself, and you do the best you can, and you become the best you can be by just remaining still. Stop running and do what you have to in order to be better. In the end, what's meant to be will be meant to be. Certain things that are meant to cross your path will cross your path. We gotta take in the fact that no matter what happened in a relationship, no matter what happened in your life, no matter what's happening, period, you and me, we are the cause of those outcomes. We are the ones that are creating those situations, those scenarios. We're the ones creating that. We truly do hold the power, but until we realize the power lies within, until we fully grasp that concept, we're going to find ourselves exactly where we think we aren't going. You feel me? I mean, it's one thing to say it, but to regurgitate words, that move against your momentum, move against your stride, you already doing yourself a disservice. Anxiety is one hell of a motherfucker. It's a real thing, man. Depression is a real thing. I'm dealing with what I would consider to say is Kool-Aid on top of a little bit of just depression and anxiety all together, just from having to accept the fact that my life at 30 years old is just not where I would like it to be. And just watching something that I would have considered to be a nightmare of mine in the past, seeing it resurface and watching it take place again is an uncomfortable situation. But at the same time, the second time around, I found myself having much more strength than I did the first go round, which has shown me the progress within itself and has enlightened me towards deprogramming certain natures about me that has stopped me from being able to progress. Me creating these videos helps me flash into those moments and see things within my past and recognize the steps that I've taken forward to being better, being greater, being more godly. So many of us want, and we just wish everything would just work out and go the way it's supposed to. But that's just not the way life works. Somewhere along the line, we have to learn to develop patience, to develop some more focus and self-love, man. Because you can't control a person. You cannot make anyone do anything. You cannot control the way the world moves and the people within it. You can only have so much control. You can only have control over yourself and only so much control over the things that happen in the world. But we do affect many things. And I believe it's about creating balance within the area field of where you lay or where you reside or your environment, where you create your environment. It's about lining yourself up with things that cater towards your growth and nurture your soul. You feel me? Like, for a person like myself, I've come to the realization and understanding that I'm in America and I've been trapped here. And when you come from the bottom, there's certain elements or requirements that have to be in place in order for you to be recognized for anything. A father, a man, or a husband, or whatever. And I've lacked some of those elements. I stepped back from those things because I felt as if they were unnecessary in that moment in time. But now that I have a whole son and family that depends and relies on me to do certain things, it's necessary that I step out of my shell or bubble or whatever it is and do what has to be done. And I've been doing that. It's just I've had, I guess, I've had ways about going it to doing those things, and what you may consider to be unorthodox in some instances, especially now that I have a child. Like, that, like, there's no sleeping or living in a van with a child. Like, that's not gonna fly. That ain't gonna work. You feel me? When it was just me or her, and maybe her not being pregnant, it was something that maybe, like, okay, that's understandable. But now that we're starting to get into certain things that, regardless of however, this is what it has to be, and this is how shit got to be in order to be here and actually be seen as like a respectable father or parent or whatever. People call CPS on your ass, man. People step in your life and they do things that, will destroy yours by thinking they're saving or helping or doing something to step in, as far as like seeing you as a neglectful parent. As great as your intentions may have been, you may encounter certain things like myself that will wake you up and make you realize where you are. We ain't back. This is not ancient times anymore where you can just live free and be. There's always going to be somebody trying to infringe upon your life or infringe upon your property or your way of living. And until we all become secure party creditors, or until we become creditors by nature, or until we start moving in the light of authority, we're gonna always suffer and be victimized and be torn into this space of poverty, into this space or vortex of stress, depression, and just practically non-existence. We can elevate out of this, man. Every last one of us down here at the bottom of the totem pole, we can elevate out of this. This is what I know. But what we can't do is focus on the things that we can't control. All we can do at this point is focus on the things that we have control over. And that is ourselves. That's our thoughts. That's our mind. That's our soul. That's our whole, as a whole. Be in control of that and watch how the world reshapes itself in your favor. Lose sight or control of that self-love and watch how it all crumbles right before your eyes. But where there's darkness, there's light. And where there's light, there's darkness. So, take a deep breath, King. Take a deep breath, God. Goddess. Love. Son. Father. Whoever you are. And just remember that as long as you believe, as long as you have that fighting will, that spirit, that want to be great, to be better, you on your way. And it's just a matter of time. So be patient with yourself. Peace and love, man. This is just a quick update. Many more videos to come. If you have not already hit that subscribe button, do that now. Any comments, I like to comment on. I like to definitely respond to the people that comment in my videos, because every last one of you all coming in and subscribing and commenting and liking my videos, it does so much for me in return. It helps motivate me and inspire me to be better for you all. So I appreciate any comments, any love, any support towards the journey. It'll be appreciated. Peace and love.